Our topic today is why is it good to meet new people? Okay, so whether you're in the dating scene, probably you are still single, maybe you are even looking for somebody to settle down with. Maybe you want a relationship, you want marriage, you are looking for something long term. I am here to tell you that it is important for you to meet new people, because at the end of the day una increase chances zako za kuweza kupata mtu mwenye unaweza settle down na yeye, ama mtu mwenye mtaingia relationship na yeye. The other reason why it is so important, or it's good for you to meet new people, especially in the dating scene, ni juu society imetry kuonesha watu ati hiyo process ya kwanza kuulizana ati what's your favorite color, what's your favorite food, ati hiyo ni process kubwa. Let me tell you, you can make that process exciting, because remember, when you met the first person, that was them. Unaweza meet mtu mwingine, and it doesn't mean that the conversation has to go the same way ilienda na ule. Ati juu huyu uli have this kind of conversation, it doesn't mean that ukienda to the next person you need to have the same kind of like continuity of the conversation. Unaweza change, unaweza flip conversation. You two are mature depending even on your age. Unaweza pata by the time unapatana, the first day mshaanza kuongea investment, the first day mshaanza kuongea politics, probably something you didn't do with your previous person. So what am I trying to say? When you meet a new person, si lazima tuende na the same vibe, si lazima uende na the same conversations. You can try different conversations, whether you are a lady ama whether you are a guy. Okay, so hiyo itafanya at least meeting new people ikuwe more exciting. Kitu yenye uliuliza ule si the same thing utaanza na kuuliza huyu. The same icebreaker you used on the previous person doesn't have to be the same icebreaker you use on this person that you meet today. Okay, so conversations need different. All right, and especially for ladies, what I'll tell you, usiwahi assume atichalia na kuja na the same kind of conversation. I know you probably think that wanaume wenye umemeet so far wamekuja na the same conversations. There are always different men who are going to come with a different conversation. So ni kuchange to your perspective. Okay, and don't let society ikupe hiyo pressure ya kukuonesha ati sasa tutaanza kuulizana what's your favorite color. You have to go through the process. Unajua kila kitu ni process. Okay, so you have to trust the process if you want to meet somebody good. All right, another thing, when you meet new people, you realize your mind shifts. Una realize by the way wase ni wengi. Hakunanga history ya kusema ati we don't have options. Of course you have options, because watu ni wengi. We are 8 billion people in the world. Okay, and you know there are some people who will always end up single. There are some people who will never go into marriage. There are some people who will never do relationships. So there are always people to meet. Kuna watu tu always meet. Okay, so it's always just about meeting the right person, and that starts with you. Have you defined the right person for you? Have you defined the kind of person you want? Okay, so that sasa ukue able to attract such people. Because if as a lady, let's say for example, juni ndio hamwezangi ku approach wanaume, if as a lady you want to approach a certain kind of a guy, lazima ukae chini ujiulize, for this kind of a guy neza mpata wapi, anashinanga wapi? Okay, usishinde ati unashinanga kwa club and yet you are looking for a guy mwenye probably ana work as a CEO, ana work as a managing director. Sikumaanisha hawa sio wainangi club, but now the level of ile place yenye wanaenda probably for recreation is very different. So now you have to figure out, mse kama huyu nikataka kumpata, neza mpata wapi? These are people who will go for branches. So anza kutafuta hizo branches zenye ziko in those high class places. Enda hapo jifanyia ka budget flani. Okay, and probably in a month just take yourself, because again the thing you have to understand as a lady, mwanaume atafind it easier kukuapproach if you are alone than kukuapproach mkiwa wawili, watatu ama wanne. Like mkiwa wengi, it's gonna be hard. By the more you are, the more it's hard for a guy to approach you. So if you want to go to a space and you are hoping that a guy will approach you, enda ukiwa peke yako. Just find the courage to go ukiwa peke yako, just as long as you know that you are safe. All right, and of course instinct yako itakuambia if this is the person to talk to, kama this is the right person. That's how you attract them. Okay, so how to meet a new person, how to meet, the best thing about meeting new people also ni at you get to that point where you understand how people think, you understand how people watu fikiriaje, na understand behavior za wase. Unakam ku realize by the way kuna watu mature na kuna watu wakwangi mature. Unakam ku realize kuna watu wanakuanga na emotional intelligence, and there are people who will just tell you anything, hata they don't mind about your emotions, they say anything. Kuna watu wako very good in communication, kuna watu wako very bad in communication. So anytime unaanza ku understand watu, unaanza kujua nikimit this kind of people, I will know how to approach them like this. Okay, And especially, let me talk to the ladies right now. Once as a lady umejiposition, you are in places where the right person is going to approach you, ama the kind of person that you want is likely to approach you, you have to go into those spaces knowing very well what you want. So anytime una realize mtu amekam na conversation na haupendi venye hiyo conversation inaenda, end that conversation as fast as possible, so that huyo mtu asifungie the next person that comes. So it's an abundance mindset. Usidhani ati juu nimeongelesha na mwanaume leo na nimekuwa hii event ati sasa we need to spend time if he's not good enough. Kama unaona huo msee hakubambi na story zake, toka kwa huyo mwanaume, try and attract another guy, or even approach a guy, okay? And it's very easy to approach people. Another thing about meeting new people is that you get to that point where, especially kama uko single, you're more likely to be lonely than mtu mwenye ako kwa relationship. Why? Because you probably don't have somebody to talk to. It's, you know, you can only go far as to talking to your friends. Juu kuna time hata beshte yako unajaribu kumuongelesha, hata yeye hana stories zako sana. Kuna time unajaribu kuongelesha mabeshte wako hawaku understand. There are things you don't want to open up to your friends, but you can open up to your partners, mtu mwenye probably mna date. So anytime you find yourself meeting new people, you remove that loneliness. Unaacha kukua mse lonely, unaacha kukua ule mse mwenye you're always in solitude, you're always peke yako. Hapana, don't be that person, because you see from loneliness inaweza anza kuleta vitu kama anxiety, inaweza anza kuleta vitu kama depression, okay? So usikae peke yako sana. You're not an island, okay? You are meant to meet different people. So usikubali kukua lonely, okay? So anytime you want to meet new people, of course unafukuza hiyo story ya loneliness, all right? The other good thing about meeting new people, you learn to share, you learn to communicate, because you see the more you meet new people, the more unaongea. So the more you understand, kumbe even ndio msi anafanyanga conversations. Like for me, when I got to that point and I realized I can have a conversation with literally any girl, niju una realize the more you do it, the more you get better at it. Unajua hata ukisema, unajua you know, as a guy you can end up saying something and then itoke kama as a bad joke, itoke ni kama dharau fulani, itoke ni kama haijatoka venye ulikuwa expect itatoka. So some of the times when you talk to ladies a lot, ama when you talk to guys a lot, if you're a lady, unaanza kulearn how to relate with people. You learn how to communicate, you learn how to share, you learn how to open up, because you're not going to go into a relationship with somebody who you're not ready to open up with. So anytime una open up, at least una learn kuji-release. Una learn, by the way, even when you have a conversation with me today, it's not like anything you're going to tell me ita stick kwa mind yangu, especially if we are not going to meet again. So if you are not meeting again, if you know probably haujui kama utamit umse ma hautamit umse, sometimes it's good to open up, so that at least anaweza toka hapo na an idea of, is this the kind of person I would be able to be with, okay? So once you're meeting new people, don't hold back. Usikole mse mwenye unasema Mr. Kai kuongea sana nini, you don't even want to ask questions, you don't even want to ask this person. And let me tell you the most likely thing to happen. Charlie, as a lady, Charlie atakuja kukuongelesha, and when it comes to talk to you, uko hapo unajifanya hata hutaki kumuuliza swali, you don't want even to follow up on questions. Akikuuliza kitu, you don't want to bounce back the same question to him. So uta realize uliongea and you are saying everything about yourself, but you never asked him anything. And ladies get disappointed to the point anasema, nimekuwa nikisema kila kitu about me, wewe hujaniambia kitu. It's because you didn't ask. Au expect mwanaume amekuja kukuongelesha and then akotu hapo anakuambia vitu zake. Haezi kuambia because he might assume you're not interested, that's why you're not asking. And he's interested, that's why he's asking, okay? Point ingine ni ati, the good thing about, the important thing about meeting new people is that at the end of the day, kama uko single, you have a chance of being in a relationship. Kama una look forward to going to marriage, you have a chance of meeting somebody who's gonna be serious with you. You can't be an introvert and say that you wanna get married. You can't be that person unashindanga peke yako and you still say that you wanna get married. Mtapatana aje na mtu wako, okay? And me, I advise against online dating, okay? You go for online dating. Imagine prefer ile yenye mmepatana face to face, because when you meet face to face, you can be able to tell that person's personality from the word go. Like utaweza kumunderstand. So even akianza kuchange utamuelewa, huyu mse alikuwa hivi the first day, the second day, second week, third week, 1 month, already mse ni kama ashaanza kuchange. So it means they gave you probably the wrong impression, ama sahi sasa ndio ameanza kukua comfortable around you. It can be positive ama negative. So what am I trying to say? Anytime you meet new people, it's a good thing. It makes your life even better. Unaanza ku understand, kumbe life by the way kwangi usibebe na uzito sana, okay? Mostly ukipata even these people that say they overthink, ati unajua mimi ni overthinker, mostly even for the ladies, when you find a lady say she's an overthinker, that's a person who is not open. Huyo unapata ni mse either ako so introverted that they are always with their thoughts, ama unapata ni mse mwenye they have not explored life to understand there are very many different people in this life. There are many people with different personalities, okay? Leo unaweza meet huyu mtu, kesho meet mtu mwingine. And also it makes you understand that there are different standards of this life. Kuna watu wenye wako high up huko juu, yeye hata hana experience ya matatu, hata hajaipanda matatu, na kuna ule mtu mwenye ako kule chini, yeye hata hana experience ya kusema ati ashaenda either probably even a 3-star hotel, 5-star hotel. Yeye anazionanga tu, anasikianga tu, cause probably hiyo ndio background ako nayo sai, ama hiyo foundation ame grow up on sai. So you need to understand, once you meet new people, you meet different levels of people, you meet different classes of people, and there's nothing wrong about that. Kuna mse amelelewa kama Sonko, kuna mse amelelewa wakiwa na mashida. So you just have to meet every person in this spectrum, understand mse mwenye amelelewa ghetto anafikiria ngaje, mse mwenye amelelewa kama middle class anafikiria ngaje, mse mwenye amelelewa kama high class uko juu, mse hata hajui kupanda matatu ni kusema nini, anafikiria ngaje. And once you know that, you come to the conclusion that meeting people is actually a good thing.
Gachin Lion.